Coming up, we introduce you to the new student trustee who was sworn in at last week's Board of Trustee meeting. COD goes high-tech with their StemCon Convention. And is college life leaving you tense? We let you in on COD's best-kept secret for relieving it. All that and more coming up on this edition of Courier News TV. Hello and thanks for joining us. I am JoJo Scott. The College of DuPage Board of Trustee meeting was held last Thursday, recognizing the work of outgoing student trustee Nalia Sabahat and swore into office incoming student trustee Aisha Shifuddin.
Of DuPage.
Of the College of DuPage.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shifuddin sees her time on the board as a great opportunity.
Opportunities like this for me is working with students and actually hearing what their thoughts and concerns are about the college life and how I can work actively to make those concerns go away or enhance the college experience even more.
Besides the great opportunities, she also sees the challenges.
I think the #1 challenge right now is that we have to work on student connection. Coming back from the pandemic, we've all lost the touch that we've had with friends, family, and even ourselves sometimes. So I think it's super important as student trustee to work with students on a personal level as well as one that will actually help them at the college level.
Also on the agenda was the annual reorganization of the board. Maureen Dunny was reappointed as board chairman. Trustee Christine Fenney was reappointed to serve a 1-year term as vice chairman. And Trustee Heidi Colin was reappointed as board secretary. The board members will serve in these positions until April 2023. And remember, for all the latest college news and events, log on to the Courier newspaper at codcourier.org. This weekend, the College of DuPage will be at the center of the universe for science, technology, engineering, and math. CNTV reporter Catherine Anaplet is here to give us the preview on this year's StemCon. Catherine, what can we expect?
JoJo, this family-friendly event encourages scientific discovery through hands-on activities and opportunities to learn about scientific careers. Located both in and outside of the PEC, this year's StemCon is back with a bang. StemCon is a public outreach event designed to educate and inspire K-12 students in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
The real goal of the event and the whole reason that we do it is because we are passionate about STEM and we want kids to be passionate about STEM. We want them to be curious and we want them to wonder and we want them to think, oh, I wonder what's happening here. And then we want them to eventually decide, hey, maybe COD would be a great place to start my STEM education.
Get away from the computer screens and join for some hands-on STEM as you explore our indoor and outdoor exhibits. This family-friendly event encourages scientific discovery through hands-on activities and demonstrations while providing the opportunity to learn about scientific careers from the actual researchers, industry representatives, and STEM educators.
StemCon opportunity came for us. We decided as a club to participate. So it's not only that I am doing experiments or demos, but my chemistry bonding club officers and members, which are students of COD, they get trained to do simple but exciting chemistry experiments, which are all user-friendly.
Pre-registration is preferred. On-site registration will be available for workshops that have not been filled. You can get your geek on and explore area of STEM at the annual StemCon Convention from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Saturday, April 30th in the PE Arena.
Thanks, Catherine. And for more information regarding StemCon, visit COD's website at cod.edu/StemCon. The students at the Tech Center will be showing off their skills at Tech Spotlight. The Technical Educational Center will hold their annual Tech Spotlight Wednesday, May 4th. It will offer a chance for prospective students to see their Tech Center in action.
Led by our instructors, our students are tasked with building every component and doing all of the work that exists in our lab as a showcase to our industry to let them know how we're doing and give them, an opportunity to give us feedback on are we doing the right things.
The Spotlight will also offer current students an opportunity to meet employers in their field.
We absolutely hope that attendees will have experienced the amazing opportunities here in our many programs They will have a chance to see the labs and to meet with faculty, in some cases to meet with prospective employers, and be able to see themselves being students in one or more of our programs.
The event will be held on Wednesday, May 4th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. To register, go to cod.edu. 2022 is an election year in Illinois, with the primaries being moved to June 28th. Joining us in the studio to discuss the upcoming election is Bill Enright, adjunct instructor of political science here at the college. Glad to have you back, Bill.
Thanks. Good to see you, JoJo.
Can you tell us why the primaries are moved to June instead of March?
Well, it used to be that when you were running for office, you would basically begin the primaries in September of the previous year. You'd get your petitions in December, and then you'd have the primaries in March, and then wait all the way until November to have the general election. So they wanted to move it so it was a little bit closer. So now you do your petitions in January, get them in February, have the primaries in June, and then you have the general election in November. So it's just a lot closer than it had been before.
The biggest race in Illinois this year is the governor's race. Who are some of the people running this year, and how are the primaries up?
Well, as far as the primaries go, Pritzker is the front runner easily in the Democratic side, so he's probably going to not really have any problems with that. On the Republican side, it's Richard Irwin, who's a mayor from Aurora, and then we've also got Jesse Sullivan, who's a businessman, on the Republican side, and those two are probably going to be the leading contenders for it. I'm not sure which way it's going to go necessarily, but one of those two wins, and then they'll face Pritzker in the general election on November 8th in November.
There are also a few congressional races this year that look competitive. Which seats should we be watching?
Yeah, for the big one, I would say, and we're right here in the middle of it here at College of DuPage, it's the 6th Congressional District. And it's kind of interesting what happened because of the census, we lost one of our congressional seats. So we went from 18 congressional seats to 17. And then we sort of had to combine different congressional seats. And so we sort of took the 6th District and the 3rd District and combined them. With that happening, there was a Democrat, Marie Newman, who was representing the 3rd District, and then a Democrat, Sean Caston, who was representing the 6th District. So they have to run against each other in the primary. And, you know, they're not really like running negative ads or anything towards each other, but they're sort of stuck running against each other. And then from there, one of those will win and have to win again in the general election in November. So we'll have to see like how that one necessarily plays out first. And then just like some background story on that too is they pretty much took about 40% of the 6th district, 40% of the 3rd district, and then 20% of other districts to make that new 6th congressional district.
Okay. And of course, we love our local elections too. What are some of the down ballot races that we should be watching?
Well, for us, we've got DuPage County Board, which all of the seats are up for re-election in DuPage County Board. Every 10 years you have it where all the seats are up. And then there's also the DuPage County President. DuPage County President, it's probably going to be Greg Hart, the Republican, running against Deb Conroy, who's who's in the state representative now. And those two will be running against each other, most likely in the general election. And then for the DuPage County Board, because in 2020 the Democrats took control of the DuPage County Board, it's certainly the Republicans are trying to get it back. And so if they can somehow or another win a few seats and try to get control back of the DuPage County Board, that would certainly be their objective. And then as far as like the seats go, a lot of the incumbents are running, so it's pretty difficult to beat the incumbents. But the other big thing about this election coming up is that it's a midterm election. We've got a Democrat as the president, and usually there's going to be seats lost for whatever party's in control as far as the presidency goes. So certainly at the national level, we'll see a change with the Senate, probably see a change with the House of Representatives, and then even at these local levels, we're certainly going to see some upsets by Republicans because it's a midterm election.
Wow, that's a lot to keep track of. Thank you for joining us, Bill.
You're welcome.
And remember to cast your vote in the primaries on Tuesday, June 28th. The Morton Arboretum donates trees, a new building for the DuPage County Forest Preserve, and the holiday lights have been unplugged at the Moose Heart Child City. Here's a look at this week's 1-minute roundup. The Morton Arboretum announced the launch of its Centennial Tree Planting Initiative. Their plan is to plant 3,000 trees throughout the Chicagoland area, spanning 7 counties. There are roughly 21 different species of trees scheduled to be planted between April 2022 through May 2023. Their intention is to add the diversity of the regional forest and strengthen the forest's resistance to threats like pests and diseases. As part of the program, more than 300 trees will be placed in local areas hit by the June 2021 tornado. This initiative is part of the Arboretum's ongoing centennial celebration and the lead up to the 150th anniversary of Arbor Day. The DuPage Forest Preserve's District Board recently approved of a $25.5 million plan to transform the Willowbrook Wildlife Center. This plan includes making the center the district's first net zero building by generating renewable energy, producing as much energy as it uses in a year. Other planned features will include construction of the new animal rehabilitation area, an outdoor classroom, and an outdoor activity spaces. The new visitor center phase of the project is scheduled to be completed by 2024, with all construction finished by 2025. And after more than a decade of the Holiday Lights Show, Mooseheart Child City has announced that they are pulling the plug on their annual lights display. Executive Director Gary Yerweiler said in a press release that it became increasingly difficult to produce the show. The 1.9-mile holiday show saw more than 20,000 vehicles drive through during its peak in 2020. The school plans to host a Rudolph Run 5K and a pancake breakfast with Santa Claus that will be open to the public. In this week's segment of Mindful COD, we are focusing on the mental health of students, faculty, and staff here on campus. Today, we look at the importance of a massage therapy for relaxing.
Well, we start off students in their first semester trying to build a good foundation for the rest of their career. We start working on body mechanics, draping, basic strokes, and we get them to where they can perform a Swedish massage, which is kind of the beginning level. And then we move on in the second semester to deep tissue, which is more specific, working on exact muscles and problems they might be having, as well as deeper pressure. And then third semester, we start working on more clinical approach, condition specific, so that they know how to work on, say, someone's shoulder or something, so they can move on and work in any capacity as a massage therapist.
So I decided to enroll in COD's massage program because I was a student here before enrolling, so I got my associate's degree in science back in 2018. So I was very familiar with the campus, with some of the professors, and just the whole environment. And after attending the info session and speaking to Patricia O'Shaughnessy, she really convinced me to apply, and I've always just wanted to be a massage therapist. So.
We offer continuing education classes for people who are already licensed massage therapists to get their CE hours for licensure renewal.
In sports, COD's men's basketball team has a new head coach. CNTV reporter Nick Calderazzo introduces us to him.
Joe Kuhn is a 2010 national champion, went to 7 national tournaments, 4 Final Four appearances, and also won 30 games 3 times when he was at Joliet Junior College.
I've been extremely impressed with the athletic leadership of the college. Obviously, basketball's been down a little bit. They've struggled the past few years since Coach Kloss has retired, and they've had some in-between years. And so it's my goal right now to help restore this once great program back to the national level and a program that Don Kloss would be very proud of.
Joe Kuhn is getting his goals set for the team so that they can get back to their glory days of winning.
My first goal is to, again, restore the program to where we're not only competitive on the floor, but off the floor. We need young men who are serious about being student athletes that are going to represent the program, the college, in the community in a positive light when we're out and about traveling and out to eat and all the things that go into being a student athlete. But, so my goal is to become competitive, have nice young men in our program that work hard and love the game and are good teammates to each other.
The Student men's basketball team and Coach Kuhn cannot wait to hit the hardwood for a new era of Student men's basketball. For Courier TV News, I am Nick Calarazzo.
Thank you for watching Courier News TV. We will be back on May 12th with a new edition. For everyone here at Courier News TV, I'm JoJo Scott. Have a great weekend.